This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Now, yesterday I did a video on Michael Benson, who said that Deontay Wilder had been offered $50 million, $50 million to fight Dominic Breazeale next, and another of probably their choosing or a voluntary, whatever it may be. And then should he be successful in those two fights, then he'll get even more money for 2 fights with Anthony Joshua back to back. But since then, there's been new ones come out saying, actually, it wasn't $50 million. It's in fact $100 million. $100 million. And this will be Dominic Breazeale, $20 million for that. $40 million for a Anthony Joshua fight, then another $40 million for the rematch with Anthony Joshua. Now, again, how accurate is this? Lord only knows. Okay, but let's just go with a narrative that it is $100 million. First of all, DAZN have got some serious wedge, right? They've got a hell of a lot of money, and they're overpaying this man. Quite clearly overpaying this man to get that belt. They want Joshua versus Wilder. Listen, Wilder, he had a draw in his last fight officially, but we all know that he lost that fight. And beforehand, he was getting beaten from pillar to post by Luis Ortiz. And then he, what, gets $100 million for the next 3 fights? Of course, he's got to get past Dominic Breazeale first. Nothing's certain. So, Wilder, don't slip up with this Dominic Breazeale one. Joshua, do not slip up with Big Baby Jarrell Miller. But when Shelley Finkel come out and said that they've had their meeting and now they're thinking about it, nothing's sorted just yet. If it's $100 million, why did you leave that meeting room and not sign the damn contract for $100 million? $100 million, and you left the meeting without putting pen to paper. You have got to be insane. And if Wilder does not sign this deal, if it is $100 million, in fact, hell, even if it's $50 million for the previous one, if he doesn't sign, this is a clear indication that he's frightened to death of Joshua. But as I said, DAZN are quite willing to pander to this man. This guy has a resume that is god-awful. Absolutely awful. So children, listen, any aspiring boxers out there, if you keep on faking it, eventually you'll make it. And he is a living proof of that one. $100 million? Damn, if he's getting $100 million, then Joshua better be getting $500 million. I mean, damn. That's exactly what they're doing, you see. They're pandering to Deontay Wilder to get this belt off him. $100 million is more than enough to hand that belt over. More than enough. Go in there, get knocked out. Now, I'm pretty sure that they're probably going to pander to him a little bit more by saying at the first fight, you know what, Wilder, we'll let you have the first fight in America. That's probably what they're going to do. But for me, I wouldn't trust it, to be perfectly honest. I would not trust it. Because Wilder, in my opinion, again, I could be wrong, I'm taking a total pot shot here, that he could get paid that $40 million to fight Anthony Joshua. And if he wins the first fight in America, he'd probably just vacate all the belts. Would you put it past him? Probably not. So, for me, that's a bit of a risk. But as I said, DAZN are willing to overpay this man. I mean, he's getting paid more money. If it's $100 million, he's getting paid more for 3 fights than what Tyson Fury is reportedly getting for 5 fights on ESPN. $100 million. $100 million to go fight Dominic Breazeale, then 2 fights with Joshua. As I said, they are overpaying this man by a whole heap load of money. They're doing everything that they can to get that belt around Anthony Joshua's waist. That's what they're doing, because once they have Joshua and he's got all the belts, sky's the limit, right? Sky's the limit. But even if Deontay Wilder just so happened to land a right hand and stop Anthony Joshua, again, they've still got undisputed on their books. So these people are overpaying. He's not worth $100 million. I want to be rude, but he's not worth $100 million. In fact, nobody's worth $100 million for 3 fights. Nobody, not even Joshua, nobody. $100 million. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure that Wilder and his fans will go, yeah, see, that's what he's worth. No, he's not worth that. He's not worth that at all. He needs a good opponent in the other corner. That's what he needs. He needs Joshua. He needs Tyson Fury. He needs a Dillian White. Okay? And they're just buying that belt off him. People want to say that Anthony Joshua bought the belt of Charles Martin. Well, DAZN are buying the belt of Deontay Wilder. And they? Of course they are. $100 million. Anyway, I'll put an article in the description box so you guys go have a read of it yourself. Come to your own thoughts, your own conclusions. Is Deontay Wilder worth $100 million 20 million for Dominic Breazeale, 40 million for Anthony Joshua, then another 40 for the rematch. Damn, 100 million. My God. Anyway, drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.